Do you believe that the FIFA World Cup is scripted? That is, the FIFA World Cup is actually scripted. Everything that happens is a predetermined outcome, predetermined, right? It is scripted. Or you can even go as far as saying football is scripted. Now, yesterday I saw a series of videos, um, talking points, and all these as a result of Folarin Balogun, the US striker who got a red card a few days ago, and yesterday FIFA announced that the red card has been overturned. Now, that decision came as a breaking news and not much reaction. Until then, we saw a post from President Trump when he said, when he appreciated FIFA for doing the right thing. Then we started seeing news media reports of, oh, President Trump called the FIFA president to appeal to him, to order him. And there's no evidence of this, by the way. I need to say that, right? So these have stirred a lot of controversy, question and answer. You see, if you understand human psychology and you have followed international politics, football over the years, these things are not surprising. And if you also understand how social media reaction, how people react to things online, you cannot really understand. For a lot of people, two truths cannot coexist. Two truths cannot coexist. In this case, let's look at the argument that football is scripted. Because I'm seeing a lot of people, oh, we have been saying it, that football is scripted. Someone even came out to say, oh, he discovered that football is scripted from betting, right? And he lost money, he was so angry, he concluded that football is scripted. It doesn't make logical sense. If football is connected from the very top to the grassroots, that would be the biggest open secret in the history of the world. That somebody suggested that all the football players are actors, referees are actors. And he now said, just like WWE. Now, first of all, WWE, he said something about WWE coming out some years ago to declare that everything is acted. That is actually false information. You see, there was never a time in history where WWE claimed to be real. From the onset, the only problem is that people fail to read. After watching it, at the end of it, there's a disclaimer that clearly states that these things are performed by professionals, and that this is not real. Just that people were carried away, created a lot of theories, how people like Undertaker came back to life, that all manner of stories. And for those of you that are Nigerian, there used to be this popular Nigeria versus India fairy tale that so many people swore that they actually witnessed. Turns out to be a lie. So it was not the fault of WWE, it was just the fault of people who failed to listen. Now back to the current issue. Football can never be scripted. Like I said, it is connected to the grassroots. It involves billions of people directly. You're talking about players, match officials, FIFA officials, national team coach, all manner, retired, past, present, future. Grassroots. And you're telling me that there's no way the secrets have not leaked. You have domestic, local leagues. You have footballs at the local level that you watch it move to the upper level. So that means at what point did an individual who became a football player, at what point was he approached and told that, look, you're about to join this team that is not real? And you're telling me that nobody have been able to say, look, let's expose this thing, it is fake. It is impossible. And when you watch football, dynamics of football is not restricted. For example, WWE, even though it's acted, there's still a restriction as to those who are involved in it. So you can have a proper performance. Football is open. Football is flexible. Football players have been injured. People die on the pitch. So it is impossible that it is scripted. You cannot tell me that somebody will lose their life for something that is scripted. Their wife or their family member will not come out and expose everything. That's the dumbest argument anybody can make, that football is scripted. Now, let's look at the current issue. Is the World Cup scripted? Absolutely not. Oftentimes people come up with this whole Messi is favored, blah blah blah. Messi is being favored, this and that. When you look at those arguments, they cannot how do I put it? They cannot sustain scrutiny, or how do I say, they cannot, if you scrutinize it properly. Look at the scenario that people are pointing to. Oh, Messi have an easy route, or Messi and Argentina have an easy route. Well, if Ronaldo had won their group, if Portugal had won their group, they would have also had an easy route. And there's even no easy route. The way it is looking like, Argentina will likely meet England very soon. And then, so there's no easy route. It is impossible to script these things. We see these facts. The moment you are obsessed with a player, you support a player, you're obsessed with a country, and you are a low IQ individual, it becomes very difficult to actually think. Thinking requires effort, and sometimes people just decide not to. Because the moment you start thinking, you will start discovering by yourself that most of the things you believe does not even make any sense. Now, on the issue of Folarin Balogun, right, and of course the red card was overturned. First, there is absolutely no evidence that President Trump called anyone. Every news platform I'm seeing are citing unknown sources. That's the first way to know when something may not be true. In the past, you hear, okay, so official was quoted, so official was interviewed. In this case, it is unknown sources. Unknown sources. Who is this unknown sources that said President Trump called the FIFA president? There's no evidence. President Trump himself didn't say, I called the FIFA president. And secondly, there's a protocol in place in FIFA. There's an article that allows this. And Balogun is also not the first player. You understand? I said this on my yesterday's post. Balogun is not the first player. Cristiano Ronaldo is the first player to receive a suspended suspension. Ronaldo got a red card before the World Cup. He was supposed to miss 3 matches, right? He missed only 1 match against Armenia. The other 2 matches were supposed to, it was during the qualifiers, so the other 2 matches were supposed to prevent him from playing the first 2 World Cup matches. Guess what FIFA did? FIFA suspended it. There's no way FIFA will start the World Cup without having Ronaldo. So they had to suspend it for 1 year. Just like what Balogun's record was also not overturned. It was just suspended for 1 year. Balogun is the second player to receive that. Ronaldo is the first. So there's actually nothing controversial there. And the reason why FIFA even, apart from President Trump making a call, there were already debates and talks about it. And it is even so strange that a lot of US fans who were angry with the red card, I was seeing a lot of posts originally, are also now angry again that it has been overturned, simply because they don't just like somebody. It's crazy how the human psychology works. What do you guys think? Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video.